Hey guys, Pigpen here. Thank you for joining me for my very first episode of Pigpen Adventure Time. Today we're going to explore the presumably haunted Woodbridge Cemetery in Fern Park, Florida. So this is it, Woodbridge Cemetery. Let's go and explore. There's very little information about this cemetery online, with some conflicting stories about how it originated and what dates and how this all came to be. So initially when I went online searching about information on this cemetery, the first result that I got was that it was made in the late 1800s and that it was a gravesite for frontiersmen and slaves. But then I found another result that said that it was founded in 1901 or 1907. And both accounts did say that this was a much larger cemetery when it was first built. And the rest of the cemetery that no longer exists is over here on the street behind me where Winn-Dixie is. Some local accounts say that when they were breaking ground for the Winn-Dixie, they witnessed caskets being carried away and human remains completely uncovered, just piles of bones. But then there's some other accounts that say that there was never a cemetery over there at all, and that it was always just a vacant field. But to parallel that story, that it was always just a vacant field, there's an article that was in Orlando Sentinel in '91 about 3 churches getting together and maintaining this cemetery. And there was a local account that was quoted saying that they had no idea that the cemetery was even there. They also thought it was just a wooded vacant lot, and they had been living here for close to 30 years. So, really don't know what to think. So maybe this place was much bigger than it is today. It's very small, super spread out, chain link fence. But nobody really knows too much about it other than that, at least that I found. And I'm not sure if they're still using the cemetery or if it's just been vacant and just being maintained. But down to the spooky stuff. Apparently, there's not too much information about who or what haunts this place. But on this tree line here, there are accounts of people saying that they've seen shadows that just vanish into thin air, like people are walking around. Some people say that they've taken pictures here and have found faces peeking from behind headstones. I'm not too sure. Yeah, there really isn't too much to really see here. But if you Google haunted places in Orlando, in every single list, this is at least in the top 3. From what I've researched, it's a predominantly African American cemetery. So that might also go back to, was it a burial ground for slaves and frontiermen? Who knows? They're all really spaced out. There's one all the way over here that's just all on its own. But there may be tons of unmarked graves that are here, or forgotten graves, and that's why there's nobody on top of them. I guess this place still is an active graveyard or cemetery. There are some stones here from early 2000s, but I'm not seeing any that are much more recent than that. It's sad, most of these concrete graves don't even have headstones. To my knowledge, there are churches locally who are maintaining the grounds here. Looks like some of these are fairly recent. Not sure where the older part of the cemetery is. Some of these look fairly old, but looks can be deceiving when they haven't been maintained over years. Some of these are pretty old. 1915. Or 51. I was reading that upside down. This one's pretty neat. H.R. Mason. Born November 5th, 1862. Died March 12th, 1831. Looks like it was just poured in concrete and hand poked with a nail or something. Ends are all backwards. Wonder who they were. Now, I'd come here once before, but it was getting dark by the time I got here, so I really didn't get to walk around too much. But I always thought this stone was interesting, just because it looks like it was hand poured concrete, and the letters look like they've just been drawn on with like a stick. It's very simple. Ethel Battle, February 3rd. One last shot of the cemetery. If you see anything in the video that's paranormal or anything like that, leave me a comment. I haven't seen anything since I was here, so maybe I missed something. This is the Winn-Dixie here, where they say the graveyard was originally extended to. And there's been stories of people walking through bread aisles and hearing footsteps behind them, and they try to get out of somebody's way and there's nobody there. Or while stalking in the middle of the night and hearing disembodied voices and stuff like that. But who knows? Maybe it didn't even extend all the way over here. Maybe it's just a fun story to tell people. Alright guys, well that's it. This is the first episode of Pigpen's Adventure Time. If you like what you saw, leave a comment, leave a like, and I'll see you soon.